Hi everyone, this is Susan with the Rhinestone World. In this video, I'll show you how the Object on Path feature works in Silhouette Studio. I'm here in my software, and the great thing about the Object on Path feature is that it works in all versions of Silhouette Studio. The first thing I'm going to do is work with a star, and I'm going to make a few copies of this star and create like a little scatter effect. So I'm creating multiple copies holding down my Alt key while I select it with my left mouse button, and I'm going to make some of these small and some of them medium, and I'll leave one larger. And I'm just going to randomly put them together, and then I'm going to group them, and this is what's going to become the object that I'm going to put on a path. So the path that I'm going to create is just a simple circle, and I'm going to do that by coming over here to the left panel and drawing a circle. When I choose this ellipse tool, if I hold down my shift button, I can make a perfect circle. And now I'm going to come over to my group of stars and do a Control G and group them together. This is now the object that I'm going to put on this path, which is the circle. So I can do this by opening the replicate panel, and you'll see there are three choices across the top here. I want to choose the last one, that's that circle, and I'm going to click on show grab handle. Notice that it pops in this little grab handle in my object, and I'm going to slide it over to my path, and as soon as that touches the circle, it creates multiple copies of it around the circle, and those are repeats. So see here that it gave me 16. I can change this number, and as I decrease it, I can see that now my stars are not overlapping, and I'm just going to keep doing that until I'm happy with the way it looks. So I have 4 now, and these two circles that you see that appear on my circle, one is to open up your path. So now I have an opening there, and if I undo, I can go back to how it was. This is also available right over here as section length. So right now it's all the way to the maximum, but if I start decreasing this, it starts opening my circle. So I'm just going to undo and put that back to the way it was. And this option, this little circle over here, is the same as the number of repeats. So as I slide this, it will create more or less repeats based on what how I've moved this around, and it's the same thing as this. So you have a few other options here. You can also unclick perpendicular or click perpendicular just to change the direction of your object, and you have some other options here for the starting angle. Notice how it changes, and this is just going to be based on what object you use and how they look for your design. So the last step here that I want to do is click on release copies, and just notice that if I were to go to the send panel and cut this, I still have my circle there, and I don't want that to cut in my design in this case. So I'm just going to delete it, and now this is ready. I could group it all together and go to my send panel and cut this kind of scatter design. So that's one way that you could use this. I'm going to do this again using a little soccer ball. Same idea. This is going to be my object, and I'm going to come over here and draw a circle. I'm just going to hold down the shift key to make a perfect circle rather than an ellipse, and this is going to be my object. So I can select this object, click on the grab handle, which again is within the replicate panel, which was down here. Open the replicate panel, and it's the third icon at the top, and I'm going to click on show grab handle, and now this little circle appears. That's my little grab handle, and as soon as it touches my path, it creates this whole group of repeats of the soccer ball. And now I have 21 over here. let's decrease that a little bit. Maybe I just want a few on here. This is something that you could do maybe to create, let's do something that looks like sports, for the front of maybe a sports shirt. So I can open up my circle here and move these around the path. And let's say that I just wanted an opening for some words to come in here. So if I make this a little bit, make the opening just a little bit different, and maybe add another couple soccer balls in there. I could put in here some text. Let's type in the name of our school or our team. And I'm going to change the color of this. I'm just going to open up the fill panel and change it. And I'm going to come over to the text style panel and change the text. And I like this TRW athletic team font. It's great for sports shirts. In fact, I have a deal for you on this font at the end of this video. So for this, maybe I want to create 2 lines. I'm just going to come in here and put these together. If I select both of these, I could align them using the transform panel, just so that they're perfectly lined up. I could bring this into my circle. There's the name of my team, and maybe I want to also use that same font, and I'm just using that Alt key and holding down my text box and creating a duplicate of it. Now it's already set to be the same color and the same font. I can enter player number here, so in the same font, and let's make this bigger. Now I have a cute little design for a for maybe a soccer shirt. So notice with this one, I did not click on release, and when I go to my send panel, my circle does not show up. So just keep an eye out there for that beginning path as to whether it shows up or not in your design. But this one's ready to cut. So that's another just quick idea for you, a way to use Object on Path in Silhouette Studio. So I hope this was helpful, and as I said, I have a deal for you on this font. So this is a font that's available on our website, therhinestoneworld.com, and this is just one of many fonts that we have. I really like this one for athletic designs. So if you click on this code, you're going to get 50% off of this font. But head on over to the website. You can put this one in your cart, shop around, take a look at our other fonts, and use this code at checkout to get 50% off. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.